Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and namaste. This is Dev from the Wandering Soul. So for those of you who are new to my channel, I hope you like this video. I hope you will subscribe and share this video. And for those of you who are already my subscribers and who have been following my channel, welcome back. So today we are going to watch a video on Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev talking about pranayama. So for those of you who are probably not conversant with yoga, so pranayama is essentially a breathing technique that is contained within yoga. It's part of yoga and it has immense benefits both mentally and physically. So but before we go into the video, let me give you a brief my own experience with the whole thing. With certain parts of the aspects of yoga as well as pranayama. So I have been a avid gym goer, like for a few years now. And when I say gym, don't get me wrong, I'm no Schwarzenegger or Stallone like that. But within my capacity, within what my body allows, I do exercise regularly, and the benefits have been immense for me. My sleep has been deeper and longer. My musculature has improved. My self confidence has improved. My posture, like when I'm sitting down and working, has improved. So all in all, there have been a lot of changes in terms of my physical health and also mental health. But there is a glass ceiling which going to the gym which I could not break through, and which I realized only later when I added yoga and pranayama to my routine. So this I did about 9 months back, 8 months back, you could say, beginning of this year. So I added a simple, routine of Surya Namaskaram. And I had done a video on this. Surya Namaskaram is nothing. It's nothing but a salutation to the sun god. It's a sequence of 12 steps. Like it's like a crash course of certain aspects of yoga, certain postures combined together to do a quick toning of your body internally and externally. So I added that, and that kind of kickstarted my physical development or physical beneficial effects of my physical training to another level. I added to my gym routine, so that improved my flexibility, and it improved my the toning. Like I already had good toning from my gym, but it improved that further by another 30%. It reduced my body fat, so my body was more well defined. Whatever muscles I had were more well defined. So and also not only that, it calmed me down, because it involves certain kind of, it brings you into a meditative state when you're doing outside alone, like in the early morning sun, and that it brings a certain kind of calmness. And that was very useful for me, because when you go to the work, when you go to office with a calm mind, you do much better. So then I added pranayama, and that took my emotional you know like my emotional well-being state to a higher level, and that made a huge world of difference in many ways. So the thing, like what we don't the thing I realized is, there is a life energy in mother earth, in nature. That's why when you go outside, when you go into the mountains or streams, when you go into the wild nature, you feel very peaceful and calm, because your body is immersed in that life force. It's absorbing, and it gets a new kind of, feels a new kind of rejuvenation. That's why all our saints, they used to go into the retreat into the forest for meditation, for any kind of spiritual practice, because the life force that you get, it helps, it propels your spiritual journey in much faster and much more deeper way. So when I added pranayama to my routine, that's exactly what I noticed, that this valuable life force, this prana, this vital life energy is all around me. It's all around, in the air, in the pure air, in the grass, in the earth, in the trees, in the birds, everything. Everything contribute to this to this wonderful world that we are privileged to live in. And when I did pranayama, I was absorbing that life energy within me, and it was helping in a way that I was subconsciously, that I was not aware of until I saw the results like few months later. So that is the context, like within which I understand pranayama. So let's watch this video, what Sadhguruji has to say, and then I'll tell you more about what the benefits are, or how I see pranayama as playing a role in my life. Let's watch this video.
The word prana, there is no equivalent word in English, but we can say it's the vital energy. That which we call as the life energy is prana. Prana has 10 different manifestations in the body. But for the sake of understanding, we'll bring it down to 5. These 5 are referred to as 5 vayus or panchavayus. This is pranavayu, samanavayu, udhanavayu, apana and vyana.
Yes, a really wonderful way of explaining, which makes it very easy for people to understand, across different cultures, across different, countries or places to understand. That's something that is that is his gift, I have to say.
Taking charge of this. Yama means to control or to take charge. Pranayama means a method with which you want to take charge these panchavayus. Because how your body functions, how your mind functions, how the whole physiological framework, this human mechanism, how it functions, is determined by this energy. This is an energy, it is an intelligent energy in the sense it carries a certain amount of memory. The karmic memory of the individual person is imprinted on this energy. So in each person, the prana functions in a different manner. It is unique to each individual. It is not like… it is like electricity. Electricity is not smart. It can light up the the light bulb, it can run the camera, it can run the air conditioning, it can do million things, but not because of its intelligence. It does the same thing, always. Because of a particular device, a certain thing happens. But now I'm talking about, this will happen in future, that you may have smart electricity. It is not far away. In the next 50 years, you may have smart energy, that the energy behaves in a particular way. You can make it behave in a certain way because you can imprint certain memory upon it. So this is an intelligent energy where a certain amount of imprint is there. Because of that, it functions in a specific manner in an individual person. That is going into an extremely refined form of pranayama where we particularly design something for an individual person because he's in a certain way. For that, to come to that level, it will need a general level of pranayama where it takes care of these 5 vayus. If one has a certain mastery over these 5 vayus, there is no such thing as physical ailment or particularly psychological ailment is out of question. If somebody takes charge of their prana, whatever may be the external atmosphere, whatever influences in terms of reverberations, waves, emotions, other kinds of pressures, doesn't matter what, psychological balance is 100% guaranteed for a person who takes charge of his prana, always. When I say balance, maybe most of you won't be medically considered imbalanced, but a whole lot of people are psychologically imbalanced. Suppose you have a hand. Suppose this hand simply pops up right now. It pokes into your eyes and it scratches you and beats you. If your hand starts doing this, there is a sickness, isn't it? At least your hand is sick. Let me not blame the whole person. At least your hand is sick for sure, isn't it? Well, this is what most people's minds are doing. Every day it scratches you from inside, makes you cry, make you bawl, make you worry. In so many varieties of suffering, it pokes your eyeballs out many times. Is it not doing? It is sick. Maybe in a socially accepted manner, but it is sick. So one who takes charge of his prana can be 100% assured his psychological balance is there. You cannot shake it. Physiological balance also is there, but physiological ailments may happen due to various reasons. One thing is there are infections and other, organisms who want to live. Yes, they want to live. Uh, Another thing is variety of chemicals and poisons and stuff we may swallow knowingly, unknowingly, and it can cause things. So physiological ailment is, I would say, 90% guaranteed that it won't happen. But psychological well-being is 100% guaranteed. If you're psychologically in an extremely good place, 10% of physiological problems are not even a problem, you know. It's not even a problem. Most of the time, what little things that may happen to the body, that's not the thing. What reaction that happens in your mind is the big thing, isn't it? Yes or no? So, pranayama means you want to take charge of the vital forces. As I said, they have an intelligence of their own, each one of them. Either during birth, after conception, how they enter the newborn, and how they leave the dead. In this, it clearly displays it has an intelligence of its own. One may not notice this unless they become very conscious about these things. It's a world by itself, if you ask me. It takes a certain level of attention. The word attention may not go deep enough. I'm using the word attention because the other words are horribly corrupted. Awareness and this and that are badly corrupted. So I'm using the word attention, but the word attention is not suggesting what is needed. Just mental alertness is not enough. It has to become really attentive. If you make yourself like that, you know how these five are functioning.
So, well, firstly about the video, I was hoping that he would go a little bit deeper into the mechanism or the science of pranayama, how it works, or how, at least how according to our traditions that it, why it is so beneficial. But leaving that aside, so to give the one point that he touched upon is, and that I want to expand is, the mind and body are very intertwined. That's why they say a healthy mind and a healthy body, and vice versa. Like if one is unhealthy, the other one cannot be healthy. If the mind is unhealthy, it's not long before the body turns unhealthy, and if the body is unhealthy, the mind can never be healthy. There is in fact, there is somebody said this, it's not my quote. A healthy person has 10,000 wishes. A sick person has only one wish, that is to get healthy. So coming back to my own experience, the first thing that Einstein's the equation, right, E is equal to mc square. I'm not saying that is what is written in the Vedas and everything, but what I'm saying is that the essence of that equation is kind of the saying that energy is everywhere. Matter is nothing but energy. And that is something which, when you do pranayama, like I mentioned before, you will realize that energy is everywhere in nature. And it's yoga is nothing but a means of absorbing that energy and channeling it inside your body, so that to revitalize every organ and your mind of your body as well as your mind. So pranayama, what it does, or what it did for me, is it raised my vibration, the frequency of my vibration. It raised. So when I say raised, what do I mean? See, all of us, we all operate at a certain frequency, a certain vibrational frequency. The lower the vibrational frequency, the more base, our desires or our wants are, and the more easily we are affected by the things happening around us. So when your vibrational state raises, what happens is you are less bothered or less triggered or less affected by what goes on around you in terms of the all around the world, all around you. You are able to keep your sanity much better. And more importantly, it brings a certain kind of humility, because you understand that this body that you call you, it's just an instrument that you have been gifted for whatever reason. For those of you who do not believe in karma or rebirth, you can say you're fortunate, it was a fortunate accident, luck that you are blessed with, that whatever healthy body that you have been given. And for those of you who who believe in karma or rebirth, you always feel thankful that you might have done something or like whatever. But the bottom line, what I'm trying to get at is, you realize that this body is just an instrument that you have been gifted, and that's, you're not entitled to it. You're not immune to, you cannot just not take care of it and expect it to still serve you well. So that's what I mean by you're being gifted an instrument. And you realize that there is a higher power that is working through your body. You realize that you are just a tool in the universal consciousness. And once you have that feeling, that realization, right, humility automatically comes in, because you realize that how you have been born, whether you have been born like thin or fat or short or tall or whatever, it was not really within your control. It is just a matter of luck or accident. So that humility makes you thankful, or makes you grateful for all that you have been blessed with. At least that's what it did for me. I'm not, so before I go on, let it be a disclaimer, like this is not meant to say that for those of us who have been suffering through whatever in our life, that we deserve it or not. This is nothing like that. What I'm trying to say is, it raises your awareness beyond a certain level, so that you can look upon things as from a third party point of view. Okay, they telling me, I'm looking at myself and saying, they you are lucky that you have been fortunate to have whatever you have, and it's because you had no control over that. But what is within your control now is to be humble with what you have, and not be attached to whatever that is coming into your life or going away from your life. So when I did pranayama, that's what the effect it had. It raised my vibrational frequency to a higher plane, which I did not have before. So it channelized. So not only the gym and the yoga channelized my life, the energy aspect of my body, or healed my body, but the pranayam channelized that into my emotional or spiritual state, to bring in more humility, more awareness, and more higher consciousness. So for those of you who have been who have been doing pranayam, let me know what the benefits you have seen, and what kind of pranayam you have been doing. And for those of you who have never done before, I think it would be worth looking into, if not for anything, just for calming you down in this insane times. And do let me know if it worked for you, or if it did not work for you, what were your experiences either way. So thank you. I hope you will stick around. I hope you like this video, and I hope you will come back for more, and more to come in the next video. Thank you. Bye.